There isn't time in this video for us to go through every step of filling out the application for changed assessment form. However, there are a few things you need to keep in mind. First, read the instructions on the back of the form very carefully. You don't want to have your appeal application rejected simply because of an error in filling out the form. Make sure you have the current official application form for the county where your property is located. Many counties make these forms available online, or contact the clerk's office to get the forms sent to you. Naturally, the clerk of the board will need your name, mailing address, and telephone number in Box 1. However, if you plan to have a tax agent, attorney, or relative represent you, you should also include their information in Box 2. If your agent is not a licensed California attorney, you must sign the agent's authorization under Box 2, in addition to the signature required at the end of the form. It's very important that you correctly enter the assessor's parcel number and check off the type of property in Box 3 so that the county can identify the property assessment that you're challenging. Enter the assessor's roll value of your property in column A of Box 4. If you're unsure of the roll value of your property, contact the assessor's office. Also in Box 4, it's vital that you enter your opinion of value in column B. Your application cannot be processed without this information. Box 5 is where you indicate the type of assessment you're appealing and the roll year involved. Write the roll year of your appeal, which is typically the fiscal year that begins on July 1 of the year in which you file your appeal. Check the type of assessment box that applies to your appeal. Check regular assessment for a decline in value appeal or for a change in ownership or new construction appeal that is filed after 60 days of the mailing of the supplemental assessment notice or supplemental tax bill. Check supplemental assessment for a change in ownership or new construction appeal that is filed within 60 days of the mailing of the supplemental assessment notice or supplemental tax bill. If you're appealing a roll change, escape assessment, or calamity reassessment, check that box. Box 6 is another very important part of the form. This is where you tell the appeals board the basis for your appeal, what it is exactly that you're challenging. If you're filing a decline in value appeal and challenging the roll value of your property as of January 1, the lien date of the current year, check Box A. If you're filing a change in ownership appeal and you're claiming that there was no change in ownership eligible for reassessment, check option B1. If you're filing a change in ownership appeal in which you are challenging the value placed on your property by the assessor, check option B2 and fill in the date of the change in ownership. If you're filing a new construction appeal in which you're claiming that there was no new construction that should have caused a reassessment, check option C1. If you're filing a new construction appeal in which you're challenging the value placed on the new construction by the assessor, check option C2 and fill in the date the new construction was completed. If your property was reassessed because new construction had been completed as of the lien date, enter January 1 of the current year. If you're filing a calamity reassessment, check Box D. Finally, be certain that you sign your application form. Understand that your application will be rejected if it's not properly signed.